Hi everyone. Hi. Guys. Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I'm going to keep working in my Wonderland journal, and I'm just going to decorate one signature with you today and make a little pad, and I'll do the other signature off camera and do a little bit more work off camera and come back again a bit later on to show you what I've been doing. But so far, after making the little 3-pocket holder with the paper bag, I've stuck it in, and I've actually made the pocket at the back as well, so I've got a little planner thing, and it's different than the other ones. So that's at the back, so I've created a 4-pocket thing, not a 3-pocket thing, which is good. So I'm really pleased with the way that turned out, and I've got chose a little Flower Fairies postcard by Cicely Mary Barker for that one. It's just over here with my stuff. I'm trying to rub off this glue spot here, but I don't think it's going to come off. I couldn't find my glue rubber, and I went and bought 2 new ones because I thought if I lose it again, they're good to have. So, and then when I got the 2, I found the other one. Of course, doesn't matter. I quite like these new ones. They're a bit more efficient, I think. Anyway, so I've got. We'll do the notepad first. This is from some leftover from the collection's cardstock, and this is some of the paper that I had in the collection. I just cut it up because I don't really have a lot of scrap stuff, really. I either use it in my cards or I use it for, I have got a box of things to do and finish off, but I don't have a lot of scrap paper that would go nicely in here. I just thought the plain paper was fine, so I've got a little stapler here. I'm going to staple it across the top. I was umming and ahhing about whether I would do that or not, because the trouble is with stapling, you can this can sort of catch at the back, so or whether I'll use a bit of washi tape. So I've got some washi tape here just to cover that over with. I think that works quite nicely across the there. What do you think? I probably should glue the washi tape. I never remember to do that because it doesn't always stay stuck. So I'll glue the back and then maybe lift the front to glue the front. Shut the door to knock out any noise. But the air conditioner's on, but I think perhaps I should have just left the fan on as well. Please come out. Maybe it's a bit empty. I might decant some of the bigger bottle in the smaller bottle, because I'm finding the little bottle is easier on my hand. It's not very good, so I might just do a bit more skinny washi tape. I suppose I could have used another washi tape, but I wanted to use something plain because the paper is so beautiful. I don't want to detract from the paper, really. Do I want to lift that up, or just put another bit of washi tape and glue that bit down? We'll do that just to make sure that that stapler is well and truly not bothersome. So in my stash I don't have much in the way of other creatures except for fairy stuff. So I've got a fairy and I've got a little bit of a pattern stamp here. So I'm just going to use a bit of fairy in my journal. So I'm going to do a little bit of fairy in the little notepad that I've made. It's not very straight, is it? I'm going to have to think about that, whether I do it and do it again. So just got it in the corner, just on a couple of pages. I'm not going to do it all the way through on every page, just a little bit here and there. Maybe every 3, perhaps. 1, 2, 3. It's a pretty stamp. I think I got it in a Your Creative Studios box once. But some of the boxes come with stuff I'm not particularly enamored with, so I don't really keep a subscription, plus it's expensive, so it has come undone. So I'm going to have to undo it, but I'll do that later. I'm going to do one more stamping and then I'll fix this bit later on off camera. Fail, dismal fail, Kay. Is that pretty? So one more blue one, I think, over here. Blue, evergreen bow, okay. So I'm just going to take that off and fix it up a bit later on after I've done some work in my journal. So, because it's not, I thought it was all stapled in, but that's the trouble with sometimes we're using a little staple. Probably I should have stapled the paper and then worked out, stuck it in like I have done before. Actually, we'll do that now. I'll think about it. No, it's going to take too long to undo the staples, I think. Annoying. So I will fix that up off camera. So I'll do a little bit of stamping here. Just working in my journal. Nothing has been stuck down or sewn in or tied in or whatever. So it's got a stamp. I don't know what it is about the stamp. It never seems to stamp nicely. I'm going to have to cover that over because I don't really like it. I'm going to have to get rid of that stamp. I think I got it cheap. It certainly shows it sometimes. So let's do a little bit of a fairy in the corner here instead. And cover that one over with maybe butterfly or something. This is another fairy stamp as well. So do that fairy in blue as well. And if I end up covering them over because I'm going to put something in that little tuck spot there, so I'm going to put some lace on that. I might use this blue one. Just a little bit of decoration drawn over decorated, because people like to decorate their own pages, I feel. I could be decorating this and be making pockets in a minute and covering them over, but that's okay. Just gonna work our way up, making sure that's all stable because it's handmade paper and it's a bit weak. Just a hint of the fairy on there. That's good because of the background. Looks nice. I quite like that. I'm thinking about what to put in the middle of there. And I've actually stuck this envelope down just to create a pocket there. So this needs to be something done to it because it's a bit blue at the moment. And I've cut the envelope off, so I've stuck the envelope back down again to make that into a little pocket there. So I've got to work out what I want to do with that. Because some of the elements I like to make do take a while, and I have shown my favourite one is the slide one that I do, and I think I'm going to make one for that, but I might actually use my new dye. Hold on. I've put it somewhere. It's a viewfinder one. I could use that for something different and use that and work out a way of putting little pictures inside the little. So I'll leave that out to remind me to use that. Another little tuck spot there to create something. Give me one of these fairies. And I've left that folded up because I thought the person could just unfold it to colour it in. So we kept it intact. And I'm not going to glue that down or do anything with it really. Just leave it the way it was. So it can be used by the person who buys this journal. One more stamping, I think. So I don't want to overstamp. Because some people like if you do things, and other people don't like them pretty simple. So just a bit of a hint there again. Probably should clean my stamps in between each colour really, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm going to put some, also going to use this pink lace on the edge here, and I'm just wondering how far I want it to stick out. But just this little frilly bit here maybe. I'm going to take everything out so it doesn't get glue over everything, and just work on the cover. Put some, make sure it's all lined up. So on New Year's Day, both my daughters have shown pictures of the things that they're doing today, and the youngest one is out on the boat near Port Lincoln, which is in South Australia, with her husband and 2 sons, and they're fishing. 2 sons are 8 and 7, and they're all fishing in the boat. So I think this is the first time for Levi to be in the boat, because last year they thought he was possibly just a little bit young, and there wasn't really a lot of room on the boat, so he and his mum, my daughter, stayed ashore. But this time he went out on the boat. I bet he loved it. She shared some photographs, and they're just really lovely. Really lovely of the boys. They look really happy to be out there. They're a bit, like lots of kids these days, are a bit addicted to their little devices that they have, and not addicted, I shouldn't say addicted, they do like playing, or Lego, especially the oldest one likes playing with his Lego and stuff like that. So it's good to see them outside doing things together. Don't get me wrong, on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve I should say, they were all out there. The 2 grandsons and my granddaughter were all out there on the slip and slide, having a wonderful time. If you don't know what a slip and slide is a piece of plastic, and you buy some, you get some soapy sort of sudsy type things, and put the water through to attach the hose to it, and the children run up to it and slide along it. They think it's lovely. It's cold, cool and fun and slippery, but good on them for running and just throwing themselves on it, on the whole thing face first. I would be a bit worried about that. I don't know what's going wrong here. I think I'm going to have to do one the other way because it's just too much glue, but if without the glue it's just not sticking. So peel that up a little bit here. Sorry, you might not see. And I might actually get my and go that way as well. I'll do that later. So I've got that one there, and do I want one on the back as well? I knew that would happen because of the glue. Too much glue. Oh, I'm gonna sew them a bit later. Probably should have sewn that, doesn't I? I've got this little dinky. I call it a dinky toy because it's like a sort of from Aldi. It's only a chippy, but it just does some straight stitching. But that's all I wanted to do because I'm never really learned to use a machine competently. And I know you can teach yourself. I did try when I went to a country school. I think I've told you the story before about how I took some lessons with the home economics teacher at night with some other women who were doing the same thing, and did make my baby to be a quilt for the bed and tried to make them clothes when they were toddlers, but not very successfully. So another. See, it's not coming down. I think it's because this lace is man-made, and I think it's a bit plasticky. So I think maybe that's why it's not sticking as well. That's all right for now. Yeah. So what I was thinking for the viewfinder is to cut it out in black and use some of these faces. So you've got little faces poking through, and I'll put some little flowers there as well. So I'll have to, because when you cut it out, the little squares cut them out, so I can actually use the little squares that get cut out and use them to put the little. Trouble is, if I do black, you won't be able to see the thing. So maybe I could do it in the blue that I have left over. So look, I could use this, couldn't I, as the viewfinder to match the collection. That would actually work. Because who's to say a viewfinder has to be black or plain, or I think I'd like to do that. So I'm going to cut that now, and I'm going to come back and see how we go with that whole process of making that work. Alright, so I'm just going to turn you off for a minute, and I'll be, not for a minute, probably take me longer, I think, and I'll see you soon. I am back. I realised after I cut out my viewfinder that if I use these little squares that got cut out, they still need a back. So I made a back by tracing around the circle and tracing inside the viewfinders. I've done some stamping. I thought that would be a bit too hard to be possibly a bit inflexible, so I used this fairy stamp. You might not be able to see, its cover is a bit tatty, but I don't want to take it off because it just tells me what's on there. It's a bit sticky, but it stamps out like that. So I just use bits and pieces of the inside the little viewfinder things, and I've got some rub-ons that I'm using from something that I got given to me by Beck of Beccarella's Books, and if I remember, I'll put her link below. Just having a bit of a break over Christmas, so it should be back soon, I should imagine, after she's had a bit of a break for the New Year's whatever. So what shall I put next? Another flower, maybe another butterfly. Where's a butterfly? I saw a butterfly. So there's a butterfly there. Got a butterfly there, so I can put the butterfly here. chopsticks that you get given, the rub-ons. These are old Kaisercraft ones and you can't get them anymore, and it's a shame because rub-ons seem to have come back a little bit. Stamperia, I just make some, and can't think of that other company. Little Birdie, is it Little Birdie make them as well? I don't know whether just to do a little whole thing or just a heart or another flower. What have I got so far? Hearts, flowers, fairies. I could do these sort of whimsical fairy things here, these flower things here, little whimsical things, so put them on there I think. I always hang on to it because I never know if it's worked or not. It has, so not quite though. Put them back. Oh, if I can put them back. Just on the little edge there. That's better. So the idea of the viewfinder being that you put that behind the thing. I think I've got them all in the right spot. Yep. And I've got to get a pin out to put in the middle, and press it out. Just press it out. Use my bone folder to try and make it as flat as I can. And that's going to go, so you can just turn it around the viewfinder. So you could have it like that in your journal, and then you could have it, it's supposed to be a bit of fun, so quite like that. I don't have any other really small things I felt that would work. I don't think that's actually in the middle. It's not straight. Oh, having one of those days where things are not going all right. Oh no, it sort of goes right like that. It's because I traced around it rather than cut out another one. That's fine. So I've just got to find a spot in my journal for that, but I've got another element made, something a little bit different. Just ink around the edges just to make it stand out a bit more. Perhaps I should have used a black ink for the edges for this one, or shouldn't use that one. I've got pink one. Let's use a pink one. Stands out a bit better, doesn't it, really? Oh, bit of fun. I might actually go around inside there with a black text or something to sort of make it so you can see the holes a bit better. I'm not sure. It looks a bit like it's sort of all blended in, so I don't know if I quite like that idea. So I could give a texture, and I should have done it before, but I didn't realise. Go around like that. Oh, that's better. Maybe I should do that for the edge as well. So I'll do that a bit more. Again, I'm just going to do it off camera. I don't want to, that's the trouble. I should have done it before. It's going to go all over the place now. Never mind, we can find a way of fixing that. Maybe we should go from behind. Take this off and start again, Kay. Do it when you're not worrying about doing it freehand, so that's better. Not slipping as much now. That's good. But I'm sure you don't want to watch me do this, so I'll do some more of that in a minute. And I might even go around there. I did go around in a different colour, but I might even go around in black to make it look better, and go around the outside in black as well to sort of define it a bit more, with the texture like this on the side. I know you can use ink, but distressed ink, but sometimes a definite edge with a bit of texture, for me personally, I find I quite like that definite edge sometimes. And if you just use the side, you don't get the whole width of the brush, of the tip, so yeah, see, you can actually see that the edges a bit better now. Doesn't look quite so busy. I quite like that. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing that in a minute when I've turned you off. Just wanted to show you what I've done with the notepad. Yeah, in the end, I did take it off. I've stapled it together, and I put that washi tape back on. I recycled the washi tape that I took off and put another bit of washi tape on there. I've done some stamping that I showed you before, and I'm going to actually put some double-sided tape across the back of that, like so. And it's going to go in the little folder like it is, and I might actually, I don't have very many word stickers, you know, words, so I'm not too sure. I don't know if I want to get the Tim Holtz ones. I probably could make my own word, something like magic or something, but because I've put tape there, it just needs something. But I might actually put a bit of a closure, because it's sort of popping up a little bit there. Where's my washi tape? A little bit of washi tape across the top again. Make sure that's stuck down. It came off where it took the washi tape, which is unusual, because normally washi tape doesn't lift when you're picking it up again. Okay, perfect. Doesn't really need like this. It's going to go. I might try and find might make a word. I can't think of a word. Maybe I should just put Wonderland on there. The thing is, my letters are a bit big, so I know what I can use. I have got some stickers, some puffy word stickers. Of course, I can't lay my hands on them straight away. Of course, wouldn't be logical. There they are, and I can use them on the side of this journal, just down there like that, or maybe across there. Wonder, is it Wonderland? Wonder. And because these were given to us in a kit that I got from Uniquely Creative, and they don't really stand out a lot, so I'm going to go back over them in black. I think I'm just going to use Wonder. That's not very straight. Wonder. You ask like silly, like you're going along and you say, I wonder why that is, and my husband and I often have discussions like that. We just go driving along and you say, I wonder why that is like that, and then we have a discussion about why it would be like that, and it's like I said in the previous video, that thing about what's the difference between a boat and a ship. We still haven't really solved that one. So I'm just going to go like this over the top, just to make it stand out a bit more. And I'm going to ink the edges afterwards, and next time you'll see me, I'll have a few more elements ready to go in my journal, and then we'll hopefully be on the home stretch run, because I find that making ephemera, I've got some ephemera made already, but it doesn't necessarily go with this particular collection, so I'll have to look, see what I've got. Anyway, that's what I've done so far today, and finding spots in my journal for these and make some pockets. And we'll see you again next video. Thank you very much for joining me today, and have a good holiday break. See you. Bye bye.